Hi, this is Stephen at Biketown, and in today's video I'm going to be looking at backpacks and panniers. So no matter the kind of riding that you're doing or planning to do, you're probably going to want to carry stuff with you on the bike at some point. These are two popular solutions, and we're going to look at the advantages and disadvantages of each and hopefully give you some ideas on which might work best for you. First of all, let's look at the backpack. So, backpack's got loads of benefits. The first big advantage of a backpack is you've probably already got one. So this is a really simple, affordable option for carrying stuff with you, whether it's spare clothes, your lunch, some light shopping. It's a really hassle-free solution to carrying lighter loads with you as you go. So what are the disadvantages of a backpack? Well, the first one is that any weight that you're carrying with a backpack goes on the rider, goes on you, goes on your shoulders. So this in turn can lead to neck pain, back pain, that sort of thing, especially if you're riding with a bit of weight on your shoulders in consecutive days, if you're commuting to work every day with a backpack, or if you're doing longer rides, then this can start to be a problem. You might start getting these issues. Some people find backpacks a little restrictive. They restrict your upper body movement a little bit, and they can also impair your visibility, how you can see over your shoulder and that sort of thing as well. So ideal for lighter loads, but for longer distances, for somebody that's commuting every day, carrying a lot of stuff, laptops, tools and all that sort of thing, then it might not be the best option. Another big disadvantage is the dreaded sweaty back. So you'll know all about this if you've ever ridden with a backpack before. So this right up against your back in warmer months, or even in winter. In winter you're wearing a lot more clothes, so this right up against your back, and you start exerting yourself, you're going to get a sweaty back. And there's just no way around it. Nobody wants to turn up at the office with their shirt or their t-shirt, whatever, soaked through with sweat. It's just not nice at all. Let's look at the next option. Let's look at panniers. Probably the next most common way carrying stuff on your bike is using panniers. So simply, panniers are bags that attach to your bike. You can buy them in singles, you can buy them in pairs. They'll attach to a rear rack on your bike and allow you to carry a lot more volume and a lot more weight on your bike, taking all the weight away from your shoulders and adding the weight to the bike instead. So not quite the simplicity of a backpack, but the added advantage of being able to carry a lot more and without giving yourself any neck, back problems or sweaty backs. So really good solution for anybody wanting to commute every day, anybody wanting to go away camping, touring, do big shops. These are a really good option. Usually the more expensive, the better ones are totally waterproof, so you can put all your stuff in there, including laptops and tools or any electronics you have, put them in there, roll them up, and then not have to worry about any damage from the elements. They're totally secure in there. So what are the disadvantages of panniers? Well, the first disadvantage is you're going to need a bike that can accommodate a rear rack, first of all. So the way that panniers attach to your bike is by using a rear rack. So this rack attaches to special mounting points on the bike, which not all bikes have, and they allow you to then attach your bags. There are other solutions. There are racks that attach to seat posts and that sort of thing, but generally they don't allow you to carry as much weight. So the rack that attaches to the frame itself is the best option. Another thing to consider is that by adding all the extra weight to your bike, it's going to mean that your bike's heavier. You're going to have to pedal a little bit harder. You might feel it in the uphills a little bit. And this is more the case if you go away, do any travelling, and you're carrying 2 panniers with a lot of weight on the back of your bike. To be honest, the more you ride, the more weight you carry, the better your fitness becomes, and it becomes less of an issue, but you will still feel that you have to push a little bit harder. Some people are a little bit concerned about how panniers will affect the handling of the bike. This is not as much of an issue with rear panniers. You do get front panniers, which will affect the handling a little bit more of your bike. But for panniers in the back, even with a single, you really won't feel the weight pushing you to the side or anything. It's quite well distributed, and the fact that they sit quite low down means that you really don't feel that effect at all. You will get problems, as I say, with front panniers affecting the handling, and other solutions like front baskets, that sort of thing, where the weight is high up and right on your handlebars. That's when you'll actually feel that they'll affect the handling quite a bit. So another thing to think about is that panniers are a little bit more awkward to carry off the bike. There are various options. There are panniers which do have shoulder straps and that sort of thing, but a lot of them don't. So if it's something that you like to do, take your bags off and take them into the shops, it's just one thing to think about. It might be a little bit more awkward to carry compared to a backpack when you're off the bike. If you're keeping your panniers on the bike all the time, it's not something you'll have to worry about, but if they're on and off all the time, it's something to think about. So, final thing I want to talk about is the cost. So, as I said about the backpack, it's a really simple, affordable solution. Everybody's got one, they're relatively cheap. I mean, obviously you're going to spend a little bit more if you want something with more waterproof capabilities, or more compartments or bigger volume, but you can generally get away with a cheap backpack. With panniers, you've got the added expense of you're going to need a rack, so you're going to have to buy a rack if you don't have one already, and panniers themselves are not particularly cheap. They're good value, but they're not particularly cheap. Especially the more expensive ones where you've got a better fitting system in the back, really easy to adjust, and when you have this kind of waterproof, really robust material, it makes the better quality ones a little bit higher in price. Well worth the investment in my opinion, but the initial cost outlay is something again to think about. So, what option is right for you? Well, at the end of the day, it all comes down to personal preference and how you're going to be riding, what kind of riding you're doing. You're a commuter, you're cycling all weathers, all year round, panniers are the best solution for you, especially if you have to carry laptops and all that sort of thing. Are you just popping out on your bike, doing a few trails, you just have to carry a few bits and bobs, then backpack might be a good option for you. It might totally suit everything you're planning on doing with the bike. There are other options as well. There are bags that attach to parts of the frame bags and handlebar bags and seat packs. There's a whole world of bike packing bags out there that if you just have to carry a few bits and bobs, they might be a good solution for you. But with regards to panniers and backpacks, lots of weight versus simplicity. So all things considered, you have to make the judgment for yourself and find out which one works best for the kind of stuff that you're planning on doing. I hope you found that helpful. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you want to come down to Bike Town and talk to us about different systems for carrying stuff on your bike, we've got bike packing bags, we've got panniers, we've got all the solutions, and we can help find something that suits you and give you some advice. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.